Hello, this is a short tutorial on how to download an ISO from our DreamSpark storefront and install it into VirtualBox if it was an operating system. Normally, you could get ISOs for separate things like Microsoft Office or Photoshop even, but installing those is a different process. So to get to our DreamSpark storefront, you merely go to our CIDM homepage, to the student dropdown, and then to the DreamSpark software link. This talks about how to get into our DreamSpark software program, but if you're watching this tutorial, you probably already are. So you're just going to follow this link. It'll take you to the storefront, and up here in the top right, you're going to sign in, and it's going to be your student email address and the password you use for Buff Portal. So sign in with that, and you'll be able to select what you want. In this case, I'm going to get Windows 10 Education, and you can express checkout the right version. I'm not going to be able to get it because I've already downloaded it. So once you do the express checkout, you should be able to just download it almost right away. And once you do that, you are going to go to virtualbox.org, and right here with the big blue button, you're going to download VirtualBox 5.0, and that's pretty easy. It starts a download, then you just double click to install, and you pretty much just next through the entire installation progress. There's nothing really to change. And once that is done, you run VirtualBox, and it's going to look like this. This is easy. It's just this is basically making small virtual computers in your machine. So all we need to do is just make a new VirtualBox, and we're just going to call it CIDM tutorial. It's going to be Microsoft Windows. I picked the 32-bit version, so we're going to do Windows 10 32-bit. Continue. I did this earlier just to make sure it ran correctly, and I guess I kept the folder, so that won't happen to you. Anyway, the recommended memory size is 1024 megabytes, and unless you're doing something really heavy like video editing, you can probably leave it there. But keep in mind, whatever you use here, while it's in use, your main computer is not going to be able to use it. So don't give it everything. And we can create a virtual hard disk now. We're going to need that. This is unimportant unless you're going to use other virtualization programs, and we are not in this tutorial. So we can leave that the same. And what this is saying is you can either give your hard drive a fixed size, so like 50 gigabytes, that's what it can use, and that's what it always has, or dynamically allocated. You can set the upper limit to 50, and if you're only barely using it, it might need 23, so it'll use 23. Then if you put in a big thing, it'll increase to 45 until it reaches that upper limit. So we're going to go ahead and do dynamically sized for this. And 32 gigabytes is probably fine. We'll see. Feel free to increase that if you want, but keep in mind what it uses, your computer cannot. So when that's done, you'll have all the stats here, pretty much everything you picked. And we're going to go ahead and select the one we created and start it. And here it's asking for the ISO that we downloaded. So you can navigate to wherever you put it. Mine's in the downloads folder. English Windows 10 Education version. Open it and start it up. And from here on out, it's just a normal installation process. just like you're setting up a new Windows 10 computer, which really you are. Oh, I forgot to look for my key. Let's see where we find that in DreamSpark. If you go to your account and orders, it'll show you everything you've ordered. We can go here. So next, accept the license term. And now we're going to do a custom install where that's only going to install the fresh Windows. We're going to use the 32 gigabyte drive we made earlier. And it's going to start the installation process, which hopefully doesn't take very long. Okay, it went through the installation process and rebooted a few times, so you should eventually get here. This is just another click through, unless you want to specify some of the settings, but for the most part, Express settings should be fine. And then it's going to be on this screen. With that, you should be good to go on Windows 10. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, Ryan Broom or Dr. Bab should be able to help.